Hey guys, it's Throwback Thursday and today I'm going to be talking about the first time I went abroad. So the first time I went abroad was to France on a school trip. I'll be honest, I can't remember a lot of what we did there. The main places we went to that I remember were Bordeaux, the Normandy beaches and Mont Saint-Michel. I think we went to other places, I can't remember, but they're the ones that seem to stick out in my memory. It was when I was 11, so I can't really remember a lot of it, but what I do remember is this. Number one, I was going out with a guy called Edward and I actually liked his best friend Danny, and Edward found out about this, and when we were on the ferry crossing over from England to France, Edward threatened to throw himself off the side of the ferry. We were 11 and he was like threatening to commit suicide of his broken heart. So that was the first thing. Secondly, I remember when we were at the hotel that my friend Thaila had this prawn that was huge, like this massive prawn which had like a little beardy thing on it, and she was making it talk by pulling on this beard thing, and we were all wetting ourselves. It was one of the funniest things ever. Number three, it was basically, there was a guy called John who I think had a bit of a crush on me because he bought me a little ring, and all the other girls had got like these mood rings that were stars and they were really, really pretty, but he got me a heart one, and he also got me one with a little horse on it because at that time I loved horses and horse riding. I mean, looking back, that was really, really sweet, but at the time I didn't like him. I liked Danny, so I just didn't care and I threatened to throw the rings into the ocean. What a bitch. So he was obviously gutted, and Danny heard about this and thought I was a bitch for saying that, so it just made things a million times worse. So I was just absolutely distraught. So I decided to begrudgingly keep the rings, and actually, hold on, let me see, I think I may have it, bear with me. I found it. So that's the horse ring that he got. It's just a silver little ring, but I still have it, and I was 11 and now I'm 28 and I still have the ring. I remember because we were on Normandy beaches. I mean, what a place to be arguing over something so stupid, to be at Normandy, really? With all this sort of history, and we were arguing about a fucking ring, like really? But at the time it was so dramatic. And yeah, I remember how angry I was over something so silly, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like really, I told him that I had, but I didn't, and I kept it till this very day. And I don't think I'll ever get rid of this because it will remind me of that school trip, the fact that I was so mean to him, and it's a reminder that you shouldn't be mean to someone who's nice to you because it's just not very nice. It was a really, really sweet and thoughtful thing. The fact that he got me this because he knew I liked horses, I just think that was really, really sweet. I'm getting all emotional. So that was my first trip abroad. Yeah, I remember speaking a little bit of French, and because I was taking so long to speak it, the teachers getting really angry at me for taking so long to speak, even though that was the whole reason why we were on a school trip, was to improve our French. But apparently me standing there at this ice cream parlour going, je voudrais, apparently that was taking too long, so they said, come on, come on, come on. So I kind of just pointed and got my ice cream. And I remember being really disappointed that I couldn't finish what I wanted to say, even though I knew what the words were. And I just remember being really disheartened and really kind of annoyed that the teachers wouldn't let me finish. But it was purely because they had like a schedule to stick to and they were running out of time, and they had to get back to a certain place at a certain time to get picked up, whatever. But at that time I didn't care about that. That was a grown-up thing to be worrying about. That for me was just like, how dare you? How dare you ruin my experience of ordering an ice cream in French? Needless to say, I did carry on my French and I ended up doing it through to GCSE and then A-level as well, so I have an A-level in my French. Languages had always been my strength. I was actually really good at French, but then when I went to university it just stopped. So I can still understand a bit of French and I remember a little bit, and I could probably, if I read French, I'd probably understand most of it, but I can't really speak it very well, and I could never do the pronunciation at all, so I just sounded very English when doing French, so yeah. Oh, the one last memory I have of that school trip is, I think it must have been around the time that Romeo and Juliet was released, the Baz Luhrmann version, because I remember everyone, like, well, all the girls basically listening to Loveful by the Cardigans, just on and on and on, like just on repeat. And it was tape, like it was in a little Walkman with a tape cassette. So you'd play it and then you'd rewind it and then you play it again. Ah, the memories. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. It was actually quite fun talking about it because I've not really talked about it in a very long time. But yeah, if you've got any other kind of Throwback Thursday ideas that you want me to talk about, like my first car, my first house, whatever, leave some ideas below and I'll see if I'll do them. But for now, I hope you're having an awesome day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Guys, I found the other ring. I've just finished filming that video and I thought I'll just have another look in the jewellery box, and I found the mood ring that John gave me. So yeah, I basically had both of these and I threatened to throw them in the ocean dramatically as an 11-year-old girl. It's just a little heart one. So all my friends had like these star ones and I thought that's really, really cool. And then he walked over and gave this to me because I think he heard me saying, oh, I wish I'd had one. Because I must have run out of francs or something. So he came up to me and gave it to me along with this one as well, like the two of them. And I was so ungrateful, but looking back, it was one of the sweetest things that someone's done for me. So if you're watching, John, thank you so much. I know it's like 15 years later or something, but thank you so much for these rings. I still have them and I'll never get rid of them. So I know that probably doesn't help because I was really mean to you, but thank you for these rings. They're really, really cute.